Welcome back everyone to the Collector channel. Today I'm going to try an experiment. So I'm sure all of us or most of us are using a lot of hand sanitizer right now. So I have my bottle of hand sanitizer and I have a baseball card. I've always wondered myself too, what would happen if I put a bunch of hand sanitizer on my hands and touch baseball cards, because it's going to happen. People will use sanitizer and then touch their sports cards right after or at some point after. So I have this card here. I'm going to use this 1958 Topps card. This was supposed to be autographed. I bought this in a huge collection of autographed cards, sent it in to PSA. They rejected the autograph. And then I tried a second time sending in by itself, and they rejected it again. So they said the autograph was no good twice, so I'm going to go with the autograph is no good. Therefore, we're going to use this card for an experiment. This is, again, a 1958 Topps card. This card is authentic. Definitely has the look and the feel of a true 1958 Topps card. It's autograph that's in question. So anyway, we're going to see what happens when we get some hand sanitizer on it. We'll also try some other cards too that aren't. We'll try like a 84-85 O-Pee-Chee hockey card also, and then since I just opened up some 90s basketball cards, we'll try this 92-93 Flair Ultra Christian Laettner rookie card. Alright, so let's get some hand sanitizer on the hands here. This is like, and actually what made me think of this too is someone was saying, I'm going to go to a card show and I'm going to bring a lot of sanitizer. And I just was like, go to a card show, use a lot of sanitizer, and you're picking up cards. So I got a lot of sanitizer in my hands here, so I'm looking at this card here. Let's see what happens. Nothing really so far. Okay, so yeah, I'm touching the card. I don't really see any issue. Not much really, no. So it's drying. Let's say my hands are kind of wet with the sanitizer and it hasn't dried up yet, which I don't know who would touch a card doing that. Like, whoops, I got a bunch on my card. So still not really doing anything. I'll try drying it off here. We're just gonna wipe it, dry it off. And it's obviously staining through the back, so that doesn't look very good. We got it kind of wet on the back. And I'll let this dry too. I'll give it some time to dry to see if it dries fine or if it's going to leave some stains and some ink running. So far, not too bad. Okay, so let's try it with this Christian Laettner rookie card here. Okay, so obviously I'm smearing it on here because I think that's what's going to take to see any kind of change with the card is smearing it on there, because when my hands are dry, it's not really doing anything. And we'll prove that with the 84-85 O-Pee-Chee card. Prove it or disprove it, we'll see. So really no difference in that card either. Alright, so my hands now, they're pretty well dry. Set this aside. Okay, so yeah, I'm touching the card here with my sanitized hands. The sanitizer is pretty well dry. It's not doing anything to the card. Okay, so that didn't really do anything to this 84-85 O-Pee-Chee card, hockey card, so we're good on that. The sanitizer didn't affect it. This one is starting to dry, and it's not looking too bad. So there's a little bit of dark space there. I don't know if that's going to dry up or what's going to happen with that. But the autograph didn't even smear either. That's interesting. So look at that. Yeah, that's drying up really well. Okay, so I'm going to set this down. I'm going to put the Christian Laettner rookie card there, and then we'll put the O-Pee-Chee card there. And you know what, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this aside because it looks like sanitizer hasn't done anything to the autograph. It didn't smear. I thought it was going to like really smear that autograph, but it didn't even. And I didn't think it would dry this well. So I'm going to try to save this card. It looks like it's salvageable. We didn't really do anything with this experiment, so why try to damage it more and more, or try to damage it? These ones I don't mind as much because I have several of them. So what I'm going to do is, this is if we accidentally spill some sanitizer on our card and we don't realize it. So we have the sanitizer right in there. And I'm just going to leave this for a while. How about I leave it for 30 minutes and we'll come back to it. So 30 minutes, we'll come back to see if the sanitizer did anything just hanging out there. All right, I'll be right back. I'm back, everyone, and it's been about 30 minutes since we put the hand sanitizer on these two cards. So let's zoom in and see if it's really done anything yet. Nothing really noticeable from this point. We'll look a little bit closer. Let's put Christian Leitner card aside, and we'll start with Doug Hellward, the O-Pee-Chee card. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dab the sanitizer off. Okay, so you can see on the cloth a little bit of color from the card. We got some kind of a pinkish red color on there. So really not too much. That's interesting. And if I were to spill sanitizer on a more expensive card, I'd probably just lightly dab it, and probably not with this cloth either. But even with this cloth, I don't see it doing really any damage. And that was on there for about 30 minutes. That's interesting. I'm sure if we're to look really closely under magnification, we might see a little bit of difference, but with the eye, can't really see much. Okay, Christian Leitner now. I'm gonna wipe this off here. So on the cloth, there's really nothing. So I don't see any difference with this card either. That's really interesting. Let's take another look at this 1958 Topps Del Rice card. Now that's had some time to dry, and it looks great. I don't see any fading, any smearing, or any issues with the ink or print or anything with the cards. Dried very well. If you see anything, let me know if I'm missing something. I don't see anything though. So that's interesting. That hand sanitizer on the hands while handling these three cards didn't cause any damage. Really even kind of soaking them, not quite a soak, but getting a lot of hand sanitizer on these cards didn't cause any damage that I could see. Still, I would not handle your valuable baseball cards with hand sanitizer on your hand. What I do with my more valuable cards and cards I don't want to take a chance of getting damaged, I wash my hands very well with soap and water most of the time, and then I'll dry them very well and then look at them. Just make sure, you don't want to damage your expensive stuff, because there's different card stock on all different cards. There's different ink, just different variables, and we don't want to take a chance just because these didn't get damaged. So still be very careful handling your sports cards or your collectible cards with any kind of sanitizer, hand sanitizer, lotions, anything like that, because it could cause the problem with your cards. Yeah, so anyway, maybe I'll do another video with focusing on handling of the autograph, because we did get a little bit of sanitizer on that autograph and it didn't cause it to smear, but I might want to try to see what would cause it to smear, and for that autograph to kind of fade. Be very interesting to see. I'll think about that though. If you do want to see that, let me know, and I'll strongly consider a video with that. But again, these cards look pretty good. I'm not going to say they look better than they did before, because I don't think they do, but they sure look, I'd say, as nice as they did before the hand sanitizer on there. Well, thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.